Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Let's see which zodiac sign we'll be reading for firstly. Virgo, welcome back, Virgo people and placements. Let's dive into a quick reading for Virgo energy. Could be cleansing your energy, Virgo. Come to the edge, interesting. So maybe you need to pull away from the edge for it to be in the reverse, interesting. Something about work or coworkers or communicating or a Gemini. You will not be lost at sea. You will not watch everyone else get what they want while you are left alone or unloved. Interesting. False evidence appearing real. Interesting. Maybe something about like reversing or like I just saw somebody like reversing a truck or something. I don't know. It's hovering over you. The more you dwell on fear, the more real it becomes. Ask yourself, who in me is afraid? Love that part of you. So this could be a really great day for self-care, from pulling away from the world, from taking some time out. Let's see what 34 is about in the reverse. Are you always insisting on doing everything yourself? Do you have little faith? Help comes. Convinced the burden of the world is doomed to remain on your shoulders. Your beliefs about going it alone need to be discarded, and they don't serve you at all. Let others help. Yes, it makes you feel vulnerable to admit you need a helping hand, but to be vulnerable is to be good. So, for you, have a lesson to learn. So there could be something about opening up to others, or maybe taking some time off, a spa day, something like that. Being careful. This is like sixth season. I feel like, especially Aquarius, Pisces. It's a big, there's a lot of innovative changes we might have been excitedly pushing in the beginning of Aquarius season, and now as we enter Pisces season, it's like, oh my god, I think we've overtaxed ourselves or overtaxed our body or whatever, and it's time for rest. Pisces rules sleep as well as letting go. It's that in between the new year and the last year, really, astrologically. So once you shift your expectations, you'll be amazed at how quickly help arrives to give you a leg up. Interesting. This could be a Leo or a Gemini, or maybe somebody you're dating, or very interesting message, though. You could feel like you have a lot of decisions to make as well. A strong Gemini energy for sure. Or coworkers, communication. Yeah. Inherent in the choice is a need for change, for evolution, and for a bettering of your circumstances. So this might be a good time to pull away and think of your decisions, right? Narrow it down to a single question. Who do I need to become and what do I need to believe to live the life of prosperity? So you could be like doing shadow work, shifting those affirmations in your mind, like realizing I actually am wealthy, like actually compared to a lot of people in the world. Some people don't even have homes. Some people don't even have places to sleep or air to breathe, fresh, clean air, or good food to eat. So there is something about understanding how truly wealthy we are, and if we're operating at that frequency, we automatically attract even more of that, right? Because your outer reality is a reflection of your inner reality, right? So if you feel wealthy, you have a wealthier life. Answer honestly and from the heart, then the decision about which way to go is effortless. Know that abundance is all around you. Wow, that's so funny that I mentioned that, and then I started reading that. Wow. Choose to see it, and it will be easier to settle on a direction. For the way will be made clear by your intuition, which knows how to steer you towards your well-being. So there's something about getting grounded and centered in order to have that fine attunement. And this is Pisces season, so there's no better time to do it. Also, the South Node will have the eclipses, I believe, for 2 years in your sign, right? The South Node, or K2, which is all about spirituality. I have some videos on my astrology playlists on my channel about K2. So if you're curious, it's very spiritual. It's the North Node can be overblown sometimes. It can be more about illusions, and K2 is really about the stripping away all that isn't important, so we can reach the truth and we can see clearly. We're not distracted by every single thing around us. We actually can see through everything very clearly and know which way to take. I feel like, yeah, so like Virgo is very like, nitpicky and all about details. But the opposite polarity and the opposite sign of it on the same axis, or that they're dealing with similar issues, is Pisces, which we're entering this season, right? And that's why these eclipses in Pisces and Virgo, that axes for the next 2 years will be so prominent for you guys, and a great time to get deep spiritually with K2 there. I mean, K2 is from past lives. It's accessing past lives. It's accessing spiritual truths. So it's a great time to like delve into like your intuition, your psychic ability, and clearing the way from like mental clutter so that you can see clearly. Like Pisces is like the fairy dust that leads you like on those video games, right? Like that golden dust that shows you the way to your quest, right? Because it's the most evolved sign. It's the last stage of the zodiac cycle. It's the transition from the old life to the new. So there could be like a lot of shedding happening for you, just in your sun. I don't know your rising at least, but let's see what we've got. Virgo energy. This could be a choice in rejecting something or someone. This could be you slowing down in order to like realign yourself with the Chariot in the reverse here. Like we have the Wheel of Fortune, so there's something about going with the timing of something. Things could be shifting, of course they are. Definitely this year, a lot of astrological shifts happening. So it's like aligning yourself with those changes. Something about rest. I feel like there's a big focus on rest. That's what I'm getting as well. And yeah, there might be challenges ahead, but you can face them. And the Seven of Wands is about boundaries and fighting for what's actually important, but also like defending yourself. You can see he's like defending himself. So there could be something new that you're beginning as well, but there is a need to defend yourself and have those boundaries in place, especially if you need to take time out of rest. We have two cards of kind of rejection or setting boundaries. Anything else for Virgo? Like maybe you need to take better care of your health. There's something about your stability emotionally and your self-care that's really relevant here. There's something about putting that first that could be relevant. Alrighty. All right, let's grab a piece of it. Actually, we're going to use this one. Virgo's advice, messages for Virgo. Oh, Fox came out. Okay. So this is about being adaptable. Fox is all about being adaptable. And moth, interesting. You know what they say, sometimes the moth flies too close to the flame. Let's see. Impulsive, hasty, or wishful. Interesting. Yeah, there could be something about slowing down. Moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This card, this can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. Interesting. That's so interesting. Don't let your focus close you to new ideas. Making a choice or a decision. Somebody here could be born in the year of the monkey, or somebody could be watching you as well. What else does this say? When are attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. So maybe you've started like way too many things, or you feel that way, or there's a need to pull back. Because especially with Come to the Edge is the first card out that was in the reverse. This is giving me like pull back from the edge. Like don't go to the edge, reverse, right? Somebody here might like to do like donuts or like likes to drive, like, you know, do crazy twists and turns or something like impulsive in that way. Um, It's helpful to remind and that leads to accidents, right? And mistakes. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. So something might not be everything that it's like cracked up to be, maybe. Practicing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. Interesting. When in balance, enthusiastic, or whimsical. Interesting. So fluttering, being very adaptable, versatile. When out of balance, idealizes others or jittery. So maybe you're not jittery and they're asking you to slow down. I feel like you're probably not jittery, but I feel like you're very grounded, especially with the Seven of Wands coming out here, or you need to be. Like you don't want to be spread too thin. You could have felt like a lot has been just too much or too fast these past few days or this week or something like that. But there's a need to kind of reverse momentum. Especially that makes sense because we have Venus about to go retrograde. We're in the pre-retrograde shadow, and then we'll have Mercury going in retrograde later on in the month. But there is a moment where we're not going to really have technically anything retrograde, but then Venus goes retrograde, and we're already in her pre-retrograde shadow. So we will be retracing this territory. So there could be something in your relationships or money or whatever Venus rules in your chart in Aries, or just yourself, your personal body, your personal feelings, how good you feel with yourself and your body and your authority and your health. That headaches could be relevant as well, but finish a project to bring into balance. So you could be closing things at this time, which makes sense because I feel like we're preparing for that new moon in Pisces that's coming up next. So we're still in that waning phase of like closing things out because there's going to be another new beginning, right? I think the last beginning was like 2 weeks ago, right? It's like every 2 weeks or something. I'm not sure. Very interesting. Let's grab some last. But yeah, there's something definitely about adapting and making yourself feel better. Fairies could be around you, relevant. Virgo, or you could be working with spirits. Virgo energy. Virgo. We have liberating yourself. Interesting. So you could have been trapped in something, or they're asking you to pull away from something. You don't want to limit yourself. Stupid. Interesting. Meg Ryan in the reverse. Jealous of your independence. Somebody could be jealous of your independence. Be careful. This could be a Cancer, somebody that wants a family with you, or somebody that is protective or possessive or just insecure, or this could be somebody who talks about the past a lot. This could be a feminine. Switching up the game. So this could be you or what you're being advised to do as well. Like, especially if you've been spreading yourself too thin, it's time to reverse momentum, self care, self nurture. That's a great way to actually use Venus in Aries going retrograde, actually, to like revise Aries, the personal body, the self. Um, hmm. Willing to bite if necessary. So that's very important. We'll have Saturn and Neptune also going into Aries later on in the year, right? So that's a big shift of the game as well coming up. So there is something about being mature in Aries, the sphere of Aries, which is about defending yourself, being the soldier, the warrior, the conqueror, and doing the warrior, really. Like now not allowing people to. It's time for war. It's time to stand up for our rights and everything like that. Manipulative techniques. So somebody could have been trying to manipulate you. I feel like you're switching up the game though. So I'm going to end it there. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please hit like, subscribe, and get a personal using the Buy Me a Coffee link, or leave a tip through there. Good luck. Take care.